YouTube, what is going on? Scenario Talk 23. I'm back with another video. Before we get into the video, YouTube, I need you to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell while you at it. So today we got Damar Hamlin, more than a game. Let's get straight into it.
A man just almost pretty much you know what, and Skip Bayless is worried about the game being continued? I don't care if these teams were 60-0 apiece heading into the matchup. Damar Hamlin's health is bigger than it. It will always be more than a game. I don't care what sport you play. It's more than a game. I'll explain what I mean by that a little later in this video. I remember growing up as a kid, I even told myself that, and I would tell my friends that, and they would tell me, "Nah, Matt, you're tripping, man. We're just here to have fun. It's just a game. That's all there is to it." What do your parents say? What does your mom and grandma say after you lose a game, whether that's basketball, football, baseball? "Oh, it's okay, sweetie. It's just a game." I disagree, and I will explain why in this video thoroughly as we continue to go along, but first things first, I gotta say this before I forget. What happened last night, I saw live on television like I assume many of you did as well. I was watching the game live as I was editing a video in the background, and I saw it. I'm not gonna explain what happened. You should know what went down, and most people do. And as soon as it happened, I had a bunch of you spamming me on Twitter and Instagram saying, "Yo, Matt, you gotta talk about this situation," and I get it. I was seeing your guys' messages, and like always, I love it when you tag me and stuff because it lets me know you want to see a video on that topic. However, as I was getting those messages, I put my phone down, I slammed it, and I said, "Nope, not doing it, not making a video. I'm not gonna do it." The reason I say that is because, number one, whenever something like this happens, more times than not, everyone just tries to clout chase and get clicks and views. I'm not that type of person, and if you think I'm doing this for clout or views or whatever, you've lost your mind. My channel's doing just fine without talking about the subject. Reason number two as to why I was not going to talk about this is because there's nothing to talk about. And what I mean by that is, we know what happened. Most of us know the magnitude of this situation, and ESPN's giving you updates 24/7. But, and I have a big but, I kid you not, I'm only making this video for one reason. Late last night, and I mean right before I went to bed, I was checking out some of the comments on the video I posted about Keishawn Booty, which is unrelated to this topic. And the top comment on that video, it got over 200 likes, says this: "Praying for Damar Hamlin, NFL player collapsed on the field and needed CPR on the field, currently in critical condition. Please tag Matt so he talks about it." All of you watching this video, you can thank no other than DogFan2008, because if he wouldn't have commented that, and if it wouldn't have got a bunch of likes, I wouldn't have made this video, and I mean that 100%. I've bumped this up to my first priority. I have 2 to 3 other videos I planned on making today, but I'm putting this up there first. And the reason for this is rather simple. I'm a fan of the people, and that's what this channel's about. 99% of the content we make is based off of what you guys want to see. I want to make content that, number one, of course I enjoy, but you guys enjoy as well. So to make a long story short, here we are. I did want to give you some context though as to why I'm speaking about it, and next up I gotta say this. I don't even say this all the time I talk about a player passing away or a terrible situation, but I'm gonna say it this time. All the money I make off of videos when I talk about touchy subjects and a player passing away or something like this, I donate the money. I got a couple of different charities I donate to, and for example, on this Christmas, I didn't donate to a charity, but I helped a family have a great Christmas. I like helping out families that are local to me and around my city because I know where that money's going. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with donating to charities, but you don't know exactly where the money's going. So I did also want to make that clear, and the reason I don't talk about it more than I do is because I don't think it's a genuine thing to donate money, help out a family, and then go to social media and talk about it and brag about yourself doing it. I personally don't seek out validation from random people online. I know who I am. I do it because I want to, not because I want other people to praise me. Anyways, getting on track with the situation currently on hand, I'm going to say this 50, 55 times throughout the video. It's more than a game. Now I know what you're sitting there saying. "Yo, Matt, why do you keep saying that? I get it. It's more than a game." And here's my counter argument to it. I don't think you do get it. I'm going to bring this up because it has everybody heated. Skip Bayless, do I watch this guy? Not really. I may have turned on my TV once and seen him talk here and there. But here's what he tweeted out, and it's got everybody talking. "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This look." "This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome." And after that, saying, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So you can see where he was second-guessing himself in that tweet, and he tried saving himself at the end. Now, do I personally think he meant anything malicious by this statement? No. But here's the thing. I can definitely see why everybody's upset about this. how do I say this in the most respectful way possible? We are talking about a young man who is in a terrible situation. We just saw nationally live on TV, or live nationally on television, or whatever you want to call it, a man just almost pretty much, you know what, and Skip Bayless is worried about the game being continued? That's the problem that everybody has with this, including myself. One of, if not my favorite quote, I got it framed up in my house, is with great power comes great responsibility. Applying that analogy to this situation, when you have a platform like Skip Bayless, that applies. With great power comes great responsibility. You have to understand, this isn't like an 18-year-old or 22-year-old or 25-year-old kid tweeting this out. This is a full-grown man. This is a grandpa tweeting this out. Here's my question. Why? Even I myself, I'm 22 years old, I know not to say stuff like that after a terrible injury. The last, and I mean the absolute last concern in this situation is the game. Who cares about the game? Okay, yeah, maybe it was a big-time game and you wanted to see it, but that is the last thing that should be on your mind, Skip Bayless. We are talking about a player's life. That is much more than a game, at least in my humble opinion. And here's the thing about this. When you got guys who were never really good at any sport in their life, they don't understand it, and that's Skip Bayless. I'm not going to read off all the other tweets that people are saying to Skip Bayless and what he said, because I'm not here for that. I'm here for Damar Hamlin. Here's the biggest misconception about all of this. Most people think these MLB, NBA, NFL players, they're not humans. They treat them as if these guys are superhumans and they're invincible and they don't have real-life problems and feelings. That's how it is. That's the cold hard truth. And even I myself forget, hey, these guys are just like me and you. They wake up and shower. They crap the same. They check their mail the same. And I don't talk to any NFL players, but I talk to a lot of these college football players, and you kind of realize they're no different than anybody else. At the end of the day, they're just guys that make a little bit more money than people like me and you. So that is reason number one as to why we forget they're not human, and number two, we see them on TV all the time. It's natural instinct to see somebody on TV and put them on a pedestal. And here's the other part to it. What do we say now? Even I say it all the time. Man, college football and the NFL, it's becoming so soft. What is everybody saying? Man, I miss it back 20, 30 years ago. You could take a dude's head off and there was no flag. What do all these old heads say when somebody gets hurt? Man, back in my day, I would have toughed it out. We preach and we praise. Man, we want more physicality in the game. It's becoming a soft man's league. And to be honest, the league has gotten softer. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. But, and this is the biggest but out of all of them, we're forgetting that these dudes that go out there and battle it on Sundays, and sometimes they play on Thursday and Monday nights, they're putting their life on the line. There's a reason they're making $5, $10, $15, $20 million a year. Their life is literally on the line. And that is why we're seeing a lot of doctors telling Tua, hey, you might want to consider retiring. This game that us Americans, we love to watch, and trust me, I love watching football just as anybody else watching this video, it's dangerous. And I think a lot of us college football fans, a part of this community, we're starting to realize it, especially this season. With all the injuries, concussions, I mean, just off the top of my head, I think, who was it? Kenny Pickett, the Pittsburgh quarterback? He had a couple concussions this season. Now you got the thing with Tua and this. And that's just off of the top of my head. I can continue to go on and on. To pick back up where I left off, and I want to end the video off with this, it's more than a game, and please hear me out. I'll give you a great example, and I hope this gives you a different perspective. When I was playing high school basketball, I was a captain, I was a star player of the team, whatever you want to call it. So whenever we scrimmage, I was picking my team, and somebody else, whoever the coach decided to put out there, they were picking their team. And one thing I always paid attention to in practice is to see which guys were playing the hardest and who would touch the line when we run suicides. Because what that told me is that said person, if they're going to play hard and always touch the line on suicides, they're going to give me everything they got. So whenever the time would come and I would pick my team for the scrimmages, I wouldn't pick the most talented guys on my team. I'd pick the guys that went the hardest. And I know what you're sitting there saying, yo, Matt, what the crap does this have to do with anything? But just hear me out. I remember one time my head coach said, man, I don't understand it, guys. Matthew, he always picks the less talented guys, and his team always wins. I didn't care to have the talented guys. I just wanted guys like Draymond Green. Say what you want about Draymond Green, but you got to respect him because he does give it 100%. I didn't care to have talented guys because I was a scorer. I could score the points. Just lock up on defense and play hard. I say all that to say this. Those guys that always touched the line on the suicide, always played and gave it 110% effort, they have very successful lives and careers. Do I myself, Matt B. Great, think it's a coincidence that guys that play hard on the baseball field, on the football field and basketball field tend to be more successful in life after the game than people who don't give it 100%? No, it's not a coincidence. It is more than a game, and I can't emphasize that enough. The characteristic traits that you learn and develop in football, baseball, basketball, whatever sport you play, it carries over into your life. It's more than a game. If you don't understand it, I don't know what to tell you. To go along with that, applying it to this situation, Damar Hamlin's health is more important than a Monday Night Football game. I don't care if these teams were 60-0 apiece heading into the matchup. Damar Hamlin's health is bigger than it. It will always be more than a game. I don't care what sport you play in. That's all I got for y'all. I know this video was all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed. And shout out to DogFan2008 for commenting this, because without your recommendation, we wouldn't have made it. But let me know your thoughts down below, and right away, baby!
See, he right, though. See, the problem is, it is more than a game, because at the end of the day, if he was to do, you know what? Be sad, because he's just playing a sport that he's getting paid to do to feed his family, this and that. But it's sad that it happened like that, but hopefully he gets better. YouTube, be rocking with the channel. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. Catch me on the next one.